Chapter 3. Hypnotic Language Techniques. We've outlined the mindset you need to adopt to understand the use of hypnotic language and the fundamental principle persuasion uses to work. Now, let's get into the actual persuasive techniques you need to learn and apply. 1. Priming. For months, Philadelphia Freedom, a popular song by Elton John, revolved in my head 24/7. Couldn't understand why. After I became aware of the priming technique, I understood what the song did to me. The priming technique works on the principle that you can plant ideas and concepts into the mind without people's awareness. Let's explore this technique a bit deeper. What is priming? Priming refers to when a certain stimulus influences your responses long after exposure to the stimuli. To explain this, let me give you an example. If someone gives you a list of words containing pet, cat, and wolf, then someone later asks you to think of a word that rhymes with log, your most likely answer will be dog. The word wolf will remind you of a dog, the word cat usually pairs with dog, and since a dog is a pet and rhymes with log, you're likely to give dog as your answer. As you can see, that little list directed your mind to select the word dog. This is how priming works. It works on your subconscious and produces an effect that usually lasts a day or two, but sometimes this effect can last longer. You can use the knowledge of this technique to become very self-observant. If you really pay attention, you'll realize that most of our decision-making happens on a subconscious level. Have you ever wondered why it just felt right to wear that blue shirt today, only to realize that your friend had just recently told you she was feeling blue? Have you wondered why you decided that you wanted to eat spaghetti for dinner, only to realize that you glimpsed an Italian travel billboard on your way home from work? If you really pay attention, you'll realize that a tremendous amount of your actions have actually been predetermined for you based on the way your subconscious mind reacts to certain signals. The first step to mastering this technique is to write down 2 to 3 examples of the priming technique working on you. How can you do this if you're not aware of it happening? Simple. When you make a seemingly random decision, such as what song you want to listen to, stop and think to yourself, is there something that I picked up on subconsciously that's influencing me to make this decision? I think you'll be surprised to find that the most incidental things can have profound effects upon your decision-making process. Unconscious priming aims to affect your word choice by manipulating your subconscious mind. You opt for certain words long after you feed these words into your mind. Priming not only makes you recall certain words, it also makes you think of different ideas, concepts, memories, and thoughts by bringing similar ideas and thoughts to your awareness. In effect, this technique either brings new things to your awareness or reintroduces old thoughts that lie close to your subconscious mind's surface and makes them easily accessible. For instance, when you buy a new car, you start to notice other cars similar to yours. Types of priming. Here are the different types of priming. Conceptual priming. This occurs when similar ideas prime a certain response. For instance, the word hat may prime for the word head. Semantic priming. This occurs when a certain meaning influences later thoughts. It's similar to conceptual priming. Non-associative semantic priming. This technique refers to 2 or more related concepts where one is unlikely to trigger the thought of the other concept. For instance, if someone gives you the word sun, it will not trigger thoughts of Venus. This technique is helpful when you don't want someone to remember certain information or think of a particular idea. Associative priming. Associative priming happens when a certain connected idea is primed. For instance, the word bread primes the word butter. Repetitive priming. Repetitive priming occurs when a certain word or idea is repeatedly repeated to influence your later thoughts. For instance, if you listen to a song about pursuing your passion on repeat, you may become stimulated to do that later on. Let's look at the purpose, aim, and benefits of priming in the context of persuasion.